Every single day, you interact with people who see the world completely differently than you do. And how you handle those moments, whether in class, at work, or online, might be the single biggest factor in whether you succeed in college and beyond. Today, we're breaking down exactly what civility and cultural competence mean, why they matter more than ever, and how you can actually build these skills starting right now. By the end of this video, you'll understand what civility really means beyond just being polite, how cultural competence can transform your relationships and your career, what microaggressions are and why they matter, how to navigate disagreement without destroying connections, and practical steps you can take today to become more culturally aware. Let's get into it. Section 1. What is civility and why does it go deeper than politeness? Most people think civility just means saying please and thank you or holding the door open for someone. But civility is actually much more powerful than surface-level manners. Civility is about creating an environment where every person feels respected, heard, and valued, even when you disagree with them. Think about the last time you were in a group discussion and someone completely dismissed another person's idea without even listening. That moment of dismissal, that's a civility failure, and it shuts down conversation, creativity, and trust instantly. Civility in an academic setting means showing up to class prepared, engaging respectfully with your professor and classmates, and being willing to hear perspectives that challenge your own. It means recognizing that your words and actions have real weight and that creating a respectful space is actually a shared responsibility, not just something other people need to do. Here's the thing that surprises most students. Being civil doesn't mean being passive or avoiding conflict. You can strongly disagree with someone and still treat them with dignity. In fact, that combination, honest disagreement delivered with respect, is one of the most powerful communication skills you can develop. So if civility isn't just about being nice, what's the deeper system it connects to? That's where cultural competence comes in, and that's what we're exploring next. Section 2. Understanding cultural competence. Cultural competence is the ability to understand, appreciate, and effectively interact with people from cultures and belief systems different from your own. And in a college environment that is more diverse than ever before, this isn't optional anymore. It's essential. Here's a surprising fact. Research from McKinsey & Company found that companies with diverse teams are significantly more likely to outperform their competitors. Cultural competence isn't just the right thing to do, it's a career advantage. Cultural competence involves 4 key components. First, awareness. Recognizing that you have your own cultural lens and that it shapes how you see everything. Second, knowledge. Actively learning about other cultures, histories, and experiences. Third, skills. Developing the ability to communicate and collaborate across cultural differences. And fourth, attitudes. Genuinely valuing diversity rather than just tolerating it. The important word there is genuinely. There is a big difference between going through the motions of cultural sensitivity and actually caring about understanding other people. Employers, professors, and future colleagues can tell the difference. But here's the part that stops most students in their tracks. What happens when you're not even aware of the ways your own background is influencing your assumptions? That's the invisible problem, and we're tackling it head-on in the next section. Section 3. Unpacking bias and microaggressions. Every single person on Earth carries unconscious biases. These are automatic assumptions our brains make based on our experiences, upbringing, media exposure, and culture. Having a bias doesn't make you a bad person, but being unaware of your biases absolutely can cause harm. This is where microaggressions come in. Microaggressions are brief, everyday interactions that, often unintentionally, communicate a negative or demeaning message to members of a marginalized group. They might seem small to the person saying them, but for the person receiving them, they accumulate over time and cause real psychological harm. Examples include asking someone, "Where are you really from?" implying they don't belong here, or telling someone, "You're so articulate," in a way that suggests you're surprised by their intelligence based on their identity. These comments might not come from a place of malice, but the impact is what matters. The key to addressing microaggressions, whether you've experienced one, witnessed one, or accidentally committed one, is awareness and willingness to learn. If someone tells you that something you said was hurtful, the most culturally competent response is to listen, acknowledge, apologize, and adjust. Not defend, not explain, not minimize. Developing awareness of your own biases is genuinely uncomfortable work. But it's also where the most meaningful growth happens. And speaking of uncomfortable, the next section is about something most of us want to avoid entirely: conflict. Section 4. Navigating conflict and disagreement respectfully. Conflict is unavoidable. In college, you're going to disagree with professors, classmates, roommates, and group project partners. The question isn't whether conflict will happen, it's whether you have the tools to handle it well. Respectful conflict starts with something called active listening. Active listening means you're genuinely trying to understand the other person's perspective, not just waiting for your turn to talk. It means asking clarifying questions, reflecting back what you heard, and checking your assumptions before you respond. One helpful framework is to separate the person from the problem. When you're in a disagreement, the issue isn't that the other person is bad. The issue is the specific situation or behavior. Addressing the situation while respecting the person keeps the conversation productive. It also helps to use I statements rather than you statements. Instead of saying "you never listened to my ideas in group work," try "I feel like my contributions aren't being heard, and I'd like to find a way to work together better." That shift removes accusation and opens the door to actual problem solving. And remember, it's okay to disagree. Intellectual disagreement, when handled with mutual respect, actually makes ideas stronger. The best academic discussions come from people who are willing to challenge each other without tearing each other down. Now that we've talked about handling conflict, let's wrap up with the most practical piece: how to actually keep building these skills over time. Section 5. Practical steps to build cultural competence every day. Cultural competence isn't a destination, it's a lifelong practice. The good news is that you don't have to overhaul your entire life to start. Small, consistent actions make a massive difference. Start by diversifying your inputs. Read books, watch films, and follow creators from backgrounds different from your own. Exposure to different perspectives is one of the fastest ways to expand your worldview. Next, take advantage of what's already around you. Most college campuses offer cultural centers, diversity events, international student programs, and discussion groups. These aren't just feel-good activities, they're genuine opportunities to build skills and connections. Practice reflective thinking. At the end of each week, ask yourself, did I encounter a perspective that challenged me? How did I respond? What could I do differently? Journaling, or even just sitting quietly with these questions, trains your brain to think more intentionally. And finally, be patient with yourself and others. Cultural competence takes time. You will make mistakes. What matters is that you remain open, keep learning, and keep showing up with genuine respect. Here's the bottom line. Civility and cultural competence are not soft skills. They are the foundation of every successful relationship, every effective team, and every meaningful college experience. The student who understands this has an edge in every room they walk into. If this video helped you think about college and relationships differently, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos that actually help you succeed in school and life. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one thing from this video you want to work on? I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next one.